In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys the Queen Charge Hybrid attack strategy at TH12, and by the end of this video, you will be able to crush every base with this strategy. Here is the army composition that I will be using throughout the video. If you don't have any epic equipments for the Queen, then you can use these common builds instead, and they will work perfectly fine too. Now let's jump into the first example. So to start off the attack, we want to Queen Charge a certain area of the base. Make sure to use a test loon to test, or any traps before deploying your healers. So our goal is to set up the pathing for our hybrid with the Queen Charge, and also take down the enemy CC, or else it can kill all of your miners and hog riders. Make sure to use a few troops like sneaky goblins or baby dragon to funnel your queen into the base, as we don't want her to walk on the outside. Now our queen can just keep clearing out defenses to set up the pathing, and also work in towards the enemy CC. Now as the enemy CC comes out, we have a poison spell to deal with it, which we will use to slow it down. Now you need to keep your queen alive for the entire attack, and the frozen arrow is perfect to do so, with the slow on defenses that it provides. But it's not a must-have equipment for this strategy, so you can also use any other equipments if you don't have the frozen arrow. Now here I will use a jump spell to give my queen access into the core of the base. Here I will use a rage spell on her. Since there's a lot of damage in this area, make sure to deploy the rage in between your queen and healers, so that you are raging the healers too for the additional healing. So as you guys can see here, our Queen Charge has set up a really nice L-shaped pathing for our hybrid, and has taken down the enemy CC. Now we will use the king, paired with the siege barracks on this side, to clear out these trash buildings, so that our hybrid stays inside the base. Now we can use all of our miners, hog riders along with the Grand Warden from this 3 o'clock side, to take down the rest of the base. Now since we had used mass hog riders in the CC, they will join up with our main army after the siege barracks pops. You also have 2 heal spells with this army, which we want to use in the areas of high splash damage to keep all of our troops alive. And I always recommend using them before the Warden's ability, so that you can save it for the back end. Now we will press the Warden's ability to protect all of our miners and hog riders, and as you can see here, we have easily managed to 3-star this base without any problem. Now let's jump into the next example. So in this base, I will start my Queen Charge near this 3 o'clock side, as it's the nearest side to the enemy CC. I used to test loon before deploying the healers, and since the CC was a little bit offset near the outside, that test loon ends up luring the enemy CC. So as always I will use a poison spell on it to deal with it. Remember you have a few funneling troops with this army, like the baby dragon and sneaky goblins, so make sure to use them to funnel your queen into the base. Now let's use a rage spell on the queen to boost her DPS and the healing from our healers, and use a jump spell to give her access into these compartments. Remember you have 2 rage spells and 2 freeze spells with this army, to invest them into the Queen Charge, and I always recommend using at least 1 rage spell even if you don't need it, to speed up the Queen Charge to prevent time fail. Now that the Queen Charge has set up the pathing for our hybrid, we will use our king and siege barracks here to clear out these trash buildings, so that our main army stays inside the base. Now we will use all of our miners, hog riders along with the Grand Warden, to crush through the rest of the base. Here I will use the first heal spell near this bomb tower compartment, and as you can see, the hog riders from the CC have also joined up with our main army. Here I will use the second heal spell, since there's a lot of splash damage coming from the Eagle artillery. We will press the Warden's ability now to keep all of our troops alive and moving. And as you can see here, we have easily managed to crush this base with this strategy. Now let's hop into the final example. Now in this base, I started the Queen Charge from this 6 o'clock side, as it's the closest to the enemy CC, As always, I used a test loon before deploying the healers, and used some small troops like baby dragons and sneaky goblins to make funnel for her. Now the queen can start working in towards the enemy CC and set up the pathing. So as the enemy CC comes out, we want to use a poison spell on it to take it down. Now, we will use a super wall breaker to give her access into the base. Here, I will use a rage spell on the queen to speed up the queen charge. Now we just need to wait for her to set up the pathing for our hybrid. Here the single target Inferno locked onto our queen, so we will use a freeze spell on it to keep her alive. Now that the pathing is set, we can use our king and siege barracks on this opposite side to take out these trash buildings. Now we can use our main army from this side, along with the Grand Warden, and they will easily crush through the rest of the base. Now here we will use the first heal spell on our hybrid to keep them alive, and now as the siege barracks popped, the hog riders from the CC will now join up with our main army. Here we will use the second heal spell in order to delay the warden's ability a little bit. Now we can press the warden's ability to protect all of our miners and hog riders, and as you can see here, we have easily managed to 3-star this base too. As long as you do the queen charge properly, and keep your queen alive for the entire attack, there's nothing that can stop you from wrecking every base with this strategy. With how strong this strategy is, you should easily be able to 3-star every base with this, if used properly. And that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and subscribe to my channel for more attack strategy guides coming in the future. With that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.